Welcome back, students. I'm Mr. Hill, the principal here at Mount Juliet High School. We are excited and glad that you are finally back with us. It's been a little bit lonely here over the summer with no students, and teachers have been back this week getting ready for the first day. It is sometime during first block when you're watching this, probably towards the beginning. First thing, we're going to hit some reminders and some updates about different things we have going on this year. The first big one is the cell phone electronic device policy. Right now, if you have a cell phone, it should be placed in one of the holders that's in your first block class, either up on the wall or in a box that a teacher has there for you to put your phone in there. This also applies to smartwatches and earbuds and all the electronic devices. Those should be put up during instructional time. That is bell to bell. So first block is 8:30 to 9:57. You're not to have your phones out. There's a few exceptions, but that's medical reasons, and we'll get that worked out with the teachers. Just a reminder, that's every class, every day. The only time you are allowed to have your cell phone is during class change, so between first and second block, between any other class change. Also, we're going to let you have them during lunch. If a teacher gives you a reason or has a reason they need you to use your phone for class, they're going to get permission from their assistant principal to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to and it's for an educational purpose. But that's something the state is requiring, the county's requiring, and that's our policy here at Mount Juliet High School for this year. So that's the first big thing. The second thing is we're going to digital hall passes this year. We're using a system that's called Smart Pass. Once you get your Chromebook starting next week, you'll be able to go in there and initiate like bathroom passes, all that fun stuff. Right now, teachers are going to do that either on their computers or they have an app on their phone if they've chosen to do it, where you will get tracked electronically when you leave the classroom, so we know where everybody is at all times. It's a safety thing. We'll have some more training about that. Another big thing is dress code, making sure you're wearing what you're supposed to wear. Some of the highlights of that is we don't allow head coverings unless you have a medical reason. We also have an exception for that for religious reasons, but that's all in the dress code, and that'll be gone over in the slides today as well. Make sure you're covered up. Like, we don't want to see belly buttons, any other areas that we shouldn't be seeing at school. That's a big no-no, especially when it's hot. You got to make sure that you're wearing the appropriate clothes. Shorts can be up to 5 inches above your knee. If they're any higher than that, that is out of dress code, and we'll work on getting you something to wear that does fall into the dress code. AM arrival, if you're a car rider or a student driver, nothing's really changed with that. You'll come in the side or around the building, loop around, and then get dropped off in front of the commons. The buses this year, we did switch up where the buses are arriving, so they will arrive outside the commons and get dropped off out there. No more drop-offs out at the front for the buses in the morning. In the afternoon for PM dismissal, nothing's changed with that from last year. If you are a bus rider, you'll exit through the front of the building, get on your bus, and then once the buses are ready, we'll let them go. If you're a car rider, you'll exit through the commons, student driver exit through the commons, and then we'll have you getting out of the parking lot. First day or two, first couple of days, traffic's probably going to be bad. We know that. It's going to get better after the first couple days, but just realize we're doing the best we can. We'll make adjustments if we need to, but that's just every first day of school. There's always issues, and we'll come up with some solutions if there are problems like that we need to address. Chromebook distribution will take place next week. Ms. Holloway and Ms. Cruzes have got a great plan ready to go for that starting next Wednesday. Your teachers will tell you some more about that, so you'll get those very soon next week. If you have a schedule change request, the form got sent out earlier in July, I believe on July 8th. There's a form to fill out. There's some reasons in there that you can request a schedule change. There's also a QR code that's outside the counseling office that you can scan, and you can request it through there as well. The due date for that, I believe, is next Wednesday, so make sure you get those turned in by then. Right now, for today, if you feel like you're in the wrong class or you have an issue with something going on, you are to go to what your Skyward says. So if your Skyward says you're to go to Miss Ritchie's class second block, that's where you're supposed to go. The only time you should go down to the counseling office right now is if you do not have a class. So let's say you have first, third, fourth, and fifth listed in your Skyward. You don't have a second block. That's a reason to go down to counseling so they can get that worked out so you have a place to go during second block. Focus this year is a little bit different. Today, on Friday, you are going to go to where it says your fourth block focus teacher. Starting next week, you will go back to first block on Monday, and then second block Tuesday. Wednesday, you'll go to third block, and Thursday, you'll go back to fifth block during your focus time. But that'll be gone over by your teachers. That's just something that's going to allow you more time with your actual teachers, 30 minutes extra a week where you're going to have time to do makeup work. If you miss a test, if you have something you need to work on with that teacher, you'll do that during focus. That's also when we'll be watching BNN as well, like we've always done. Just some final thoughts right here. Make sure you're where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. Be on time. The schedule hasn't changed from last year, the bell schedule. So you got 5 minutes between classes. Make sure you're getting there when you're supposed to be there, following teachers' procedures for your classes, especially the cell phones. That's going to take a little while to get adjusted to, but we're going to get through it. Remember, you're here to learn. Having the cell phones put up is going to eliminate distractions in the classroom. It's going to help you learn better. It's going to be an adjustment period. We know that, but it's something that's going to, in the long run, pay off for everybody. Next week, we will have class meetings that will take place during focus. We'll start with the freshmen on Monday and then do sophomores Tuesday, juniors Wednesday, and seniors on Thursday. But we'll have more info sent out about that here soon. We're ready for y'all. We're glad you're back. We want you to have a great year. Hopefully it started off well getting into the building today, and I want you to just have a great year like I just said, and always remember the 5 words: Bear Pride, Mount Juliet High.